Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this Iceland vlog. Well, it won't be a typical vlog. We were there on like a friend trip with another couple, so we mostly filmed nature and food, but that's okay because that's probably the most interesting things anyways. We were there from March 10th and for 4 nights from Sunday to Thursday. The plane left pretty early from Oslo and we landed in Reykjavik around 9 a.m. local time. We had rented a car through Alamo and had originally planned to drive a pretty small car, but we decided to upgrade, and I'm so glad we did because we ended up spending quite a lot of time in the car and getting in and out of the car, so having that big SUV was so necessary. When we got to Reykjavik, we were incredibly hungry. And we couldn't check into the hotel until 2 p.m. So we stopped at a place called DEIG Workshop for some lunch. They serve hot and cold bagels and donuts, cookies and other delicious pastry. We went for the Churchill and the Constanza, I believe they were called. They were both so good. They're probably the best bagels I've ever had, and I think the others felt the same. We also tried a couple of donuts, one jelly-filled, which was of course Matt's choice, and it was fantastic. But my personal favorite was definitely the chocolate cake donut, which actually surprised me because I don't know, cake donuts are good, but they're usually not my fave, but it was just the perfect cake donut. It was crispy on the outside and so moist on the inside. I couldn't recommend this place enough, seriously. We loved this place so much that we actually came back here 2 more times on our trip. They also have sort of a restaurant section like for dinners that's called Le Coq. I think you can get like burgers and stuff there. We didn't get to go there this time, but I've heard good things, so I really want to go back there next time we're in Iceland. After lunch, we still had a lot of time before we could check into the hotel, so we just took a stroll through the city. I just want to point out, if you're wondering why I pronounce it Reykjavik, that's how we say it in Norwegian. I know English speakers would say Reykjavik or something. I can't get used to that. Reykjavik is what comes natural to me, so I just want to point that out in case you were wondering.
That's an impressive church.
What is it called?
I have no idea. Hang on. It's probably something I can't pronounce. It's called Hallgrimskirkja.
At 2 p.m. we finally got to check into the hotel. The lobby was really nice, and we were also surprised by the size of our room. It was huge, and we got both a tub and a shower, which I really appreciate because I love taking baths when I'm on vacation, especially when it's cold. But can we just take a moment for the size of that sink? I mean, it's such a big room. Why not put in a bigger sink? And also I would like just a couple more hooks for towels. Other than that, we were very pleased with the room. We booked to go to Sky Lagoon for our first night. I don't think Blue Lagoon was open due to the volcano, but we knew that we wanted to visit Sky Lagoon anyways because we had heard that Blue Lagoon could be very crowded, and we were so happy with Sky Lagoon. We wanted to catch the sunset, so we were there at 6 p.m. We were gonna stop for dinner on our way there, but the restaurant we went to only had like a 3-course set menu that night, so we didn't have time for that. So we ate ate at the lagoon instead, but I would not recommend that. It was very expensive and the selection was not great. The lagoon was beautiful though. It was really big and it had an infinity pool with a great view over the sea and the sunset. We booked the pure tickets, which was $86 per person. The tickets include what they call the 7-step ritual, which is the pool, a cold plunge, sauna, mist, scrub, steam, and then shower. Everything except the pool and the cold plunge you can only go through once while you're there, and it was a nice way to switch it up and not just stay in the pool for the entire time. We are at Iceland day 2. This actually feels like day 3 because yesterday felt so long. Yesterday was a great day. It was so much fun being at Sky Lagoon. I really enjoy that. I would so much like to go back. But it was a little bit expensive, but worth it in my opinion.
Oh, it was.
We were just down and had breakfast here now. And I don't know, what will you rate the breakfast out of 10?
Out of 10?
Out of 10, I'm thinking
6.
maybe even 5.
Maybe. A generous 6.
Yes. It's like, a lot of the things were good, but it's like the powder egg scramble thingy and selection wasn't the best. But maybe we are just, I don't know, we're used to good buffets because we usually book places that has very good breakfast buffet. And this was not the best. And the room is okay, but the oven was clicking all night. The radiator. So that's a minus. So we will try to have them fix that today so we don't have to wake up tonight again. Other than that, we are quite happy. The clock is now 10:15 and we are heading out for the Golden Circle today. The weather is amazing. I can only see blue sky from here, not a single cloud. It's 1 degree.
I mean, I think we're very lucky with the weather.
Yeah.
Very.
Yesterday was amazing as well. And I think it's supposed to be good today, maybe not as good tomorrow, but we'll see. But that's why we're doing the Golden Circle today, so we get nice weather. But yeah, that's the plan for today. We drive the Golden Circle and I think that will take the all day.
I think so.
We'll bring snacks. And yeah, we'll see you at the first tourist attraction. So here is today's agenda in case you want to pause the video, take a screenshot for your own trip. We didn't end up visiting the last 2 attractions. They're both waterfalls, but I wanted to include them in the map anyway, so you can consider including them on your own trip. And I also just want to mention a lot of the big tourist attractions don't allow drones, so just keep that in mind. The first stop did though. Might be hard to hear me because of the wind, but wow, the smell here. Well, it smells like eggs, and not in a good way. wind here is pretty harsh, so a scarf and a hat is advised.
It is. It's quite. It's not too strong wind, but it's really cold wind.
Cold wind.
Yeah.
And I think this is more of a summer attraction. It looks cool, but I think it will be nicer in summer.
I think so too.
We really wanted to visit Hrunalaug Hot Spring. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's like a very small, intimate hot spring not far from the crater, but it was already a group of people there, and since it's so small we didn't really feel comfortable jumping in with them, but I wanted to include it anyway, so you can go there. I would recommend you try to go there early because I think it might be fewer people there then. For only the 10 minutes we were there, several people came to see if it was available, so I think it's very popular. For dinner that day we went to a restaurant called Kastrup. Matt had steak fries and I had fish. It was called Arctic Char. They were both delicious, so I would highly recommend that restaurant. Since the hotel breakfast buffet didn't really impress us that much, we went out for breakfast the next day. We went to a place called the Laundromat. They had so many exciting breakfast and lunch dishes. We all went for the dirty brunch, it was called, which basically just has everything you could ever want in a breakfast. I mean, you had pancakes, you had eggs, you had bacon, you had yogurt, granola. It's basically the perfect breakfast if you're indecisive, as I usually am. So I would highly recommend visiting that place. The weather forecast for this day wasn't the best. You can see we had some snow. So we decided to have this day as kind of like a chill day where we just walked around town, did some shopping. We went to visit the closest mall, which I think was called Kringlan, if I'm not mistaken. We also visited the museum Perlan, which is an interactive nature museum. The museum was very nice. I would highly recommend. I think the best part about it was probably what they call the planetarium. You get in there and you stand in a line and they have a screen there. They show you a bunch of like drone shots of Iceland while you wait. And then you come in and there's like this big screen above where they show you the northern lights. The thing we filmed here was just like the waiting screen. You don't get to film the actual show because you can't have your phone up for that. But yeah, you really, if you're not able to see the northern lights while you're in Iceland, which we were not, I think the planetarium is a good alternative. Then, I don't remember what this was called, but it was like an ice cave where it's minus 10 degrees, which is basically that's a typical Norwegian winter. But this was so cool. You get to, it feels like you're under the ice. It's not very long, this cave, but it was a really nice experience. But remember, bring a jacket because you will need it inside there. When you get out of that cave, you get to this like interactive area, which was cool. We could maybe have spent more time there. The interactive part didn't really work as well as I would like it to, but this was like a really nice end of the museum tour, I felt like. And after this we went up to what I suspect is the museum's most popular part, which is the cafe on the top, where you get a beautiful view of Reykjavik. I only had a blueberry muffin here and a coffee, but Matt had an open-faced sandwich on rye bread and he was really happy with it. He said it was really good. So we're taking the drone up to take a look at the lava. You can see all the black here is lava, like dried lava. That's what you would call it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can also see, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can see it over there. That it's still hot, so it's still smoking. So this is the now pretty famous part of the road that is not covered by the lava, and everyone is taking pictures by the sign over there. Yeah. We have also done that.
Yeah. We're not supposed to be here.
No, but we just had to see it and we had to pick a couple of lava rocks to bring home.
Yeah.
It smells so good here.
Yeah,
it smells like
pleasant smell.
Ocean in the winter time or something.
Sparkles, you know, from New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
It smells like sparkles.
Yeah, and ocean at the same time. Weirdly enough. Good morning. Yesterday we had dinner at a food court called, what was it called? Rimmel? I don't remember what it's called, but we were there to have dinner at one of the places in there that was called Kröst. So I had the lamb chops, because I know in Iceland they eat a lot of lamb and all lamb dishes are very like local dishes. So I wanted to try that. So I had the lamb chops and it was delicious. It was so good. Matt had a burger and fries. That also was so good. So I would highly recommend checking out Kröst if you're here. And we had, after that we also had a dessert at that place. We had an ice cream, but I don't think we filmed that. So that was the end of yesterday. Today we are going to do another road trip. We are visiting a couple of beaches and a couple of waterfalls. So yeah, that's on today's agenda. And we are starting the day with breakfast at DEIG, the first place we went to that had the bagels, because they had so many bagels and we got to test out 2 of them. And I think we want to test out 2 more because it was just so good. So that is the start of our day. So the next you will see is the bagel. So this is the agenda for the second road trip. We didn't end up visiting the plane wreck because we didn't know that it was a 51-minute walk each way. But I want to include it in the map, so remember to have a screenshot if you want to do the trip on your own. But yeah, we just started by driving, and then of course the nature was so pretty we had to stop and take the drones for a spin. The boys are having some fun with the drones. I bet Iceland is probably the most popular place to bring a drone.
Ikke gjør det! Slutt!
For lunch slash dinner, we visited Black Kröst Pizzeria. We had 2 pizzas that we shared, me and Matt, one black crust and one regular crust. And I actually like the regular crust better. I think it had better texture. But both pizzas were delicious. And then after dinner slash lunch, we visited the famous Black Beach, which was just gorgeous. To end the night, we stopped by a popular hot dog stand in Reykjavik center. We got their standard hot dog. I think it has 2 types of mustard, ketchup and I think onion, if I remember correctly. And it was really good and the perfect way to end the day. On our last day, we went straight to Cafe Loki, which has traditional Icelandic breakfast and lunch meals.
With a smash fish, the rye bread with a smoked trout, flat bread with a smoked lamb. Here's the table of the shop. You wait for 10 to 15 seconds, and when it's in the ammonia, you have to eat it. And here you have a dry fish with some butter if you want.
Okay. What do you say with the fermented shark? You do what for?
You chew it for 10 to 50 seconds.
Ah, okay,
You
okay.
fill the ammonia, you fill it,
Okay.
and they keep
Then you swallow.
Yeah,
Okay.
just one.
So if you didn't get that, we have rye bread with mashed fish, with egg and herring, with salmon. We have flatbread with smoked lamb, dried fish with butter. We have rye ice cream, and we have the famous fermented shark, which she explained how to eat, which was very scary. And I read not a lot of Icelandic people really do eat that on a day-to-day basis, but it's like popular for tourists to try, so we wanted to test it out. As you can see, I struggled with the dry fish. It was so hard. I don't think my teeth are sharp enough. It was like impossible to bite into. The rye bread ice cream was really, really good. We have tasted that type of ice cream in Oslo too, but this was totally different. But it was really, really good. And now it was time for the shark, and I struggled with this. It just tasted so chemically and not good for you. I'm glad I tested it, but I can safely say I will never try that again. Everything else we had there though was really good. We just spent the time we had left walking around Reykjavik. We had an ice cream, big ice cream, and then we actually also wanted to go by a bakery that was highly recommended. for cinnamon rolls, and we went by there, but unfortunately they were all out of cinnamon rolls. I think the place was called Braud. You'll see it here. Yes, Braud & Co. And that was it for our trip. I can safely say that I will definitely visit Iceland again. I really want to visit during summertime and do like a whole road trip around Iceland. So I really look forward to that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. And I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.